Hi. Welcome to my silly little corner. Today, we'll be painting some Vanguard veterans for my homebrew chapter, the Basilisks. I've actually painted and recorded other stuff for them, but due to complications, I lost every single bit of footage for them. But that's not important, so let's just get right into it. Starting things off, we're going to driver some XV88 onto our models. This will be the base tone for most of the colors. Then take some more gassed bone and go over it again, aiming more for open areas and the more exposed parts. The more concealed spots will be filled in with a normal brush. Rinse and repeat with Screaming Skull, using this more as the highlight color. Taking black, we're going to go over the areas that will of course be black, as well as silver later on. Next, we're taking Ulthuan Grey and painting the helmets. I just prefer Ulthuan Grey over most of the other white paints that I've used so far because, well, so far this is the best one in terms of coverage and color. Then we'll take Caliban Green and paint in the areas that will mark their region origins. This is usually the left knee pad, however some of these guys have covered up knee pads or Mark 6 legs, so I'll just paint some other bits instead. For the waxy parts of the purity seals, I'll simply use some Mephiston Red, as well as the eyes and a grav pistol. After that's done, I'll use some Mournfang Brown on the leather. Moving on to the silvers, I'll simply use some black metal. After that, we'll use some nickel gold for the gold spots. When that's all done, I'll take this funky weird mix I made from a few different washes and go over the entire model. This is basically my cheap, not as good alternative to oil washes. Coming back to the bone color, we'll do some sketchy highlights with Screaming Skull. Next, we'll go in with some Fiston Red and do some freehand sketch marks over the eyes. This basically marks what their speciality is. In this case, Assault Marines, or Vanguard veterans. With a mix of Rhinox hide and black, we'll do some chunky weathering. Now, in hindsight, I really should have done brighter highlights, because the highlights I put down kinda get lost during this whole process. For any writings, I'll just take some black and do some quick squiggly lines. Next, bring back the Oath One Grey and do some sketchy highlights on the helmets. Back to the black, we'll use some storm vermin fur, and again, do some sketchy highlights. Next, we're going to highlight the green with a quick slap of Warpstone Glow. This paint actually covers so badly we can just haphazardly slap on some highlights within a few seconds. Now watch as I carefully paint the best number in my entire 4 years of experience. Going back to the red areas, we'll do some quick highlights with Evil Sun Scarlet. Now for something delicious, we're going to take this Tamiya clear red and fill in the eyes as well as any little gems. You can use Blood for the Blood God for this instead, but I prefer the clear red because of how clear and shiny of a result it gives. Here's something you probably haven't seen in a while. This Waystone green will be used over the green areas to add some depth and shininess to it. Give it a nice candy effect. Next, take Runefang Steel and highlight the metallics. For blades, I like to do and sort of NMM style highlight and shading on them, just to make it a bit more interesting to look at. Now, for some fun, we're gonna do this Plasma Pistols coils in a lovely pinky color, starting with Emperor's Children aimed for the recesses, as well as a few glazes around the coils. Next, we'll do a gentle, tiny dry brush of Screamer Pink over the top of the coils. Then, to add some intensity, we'll go in with pure white and fill in the bottom recesses. Add to the intensity and sell that this weapon is about to fire, I'll fill in the barrel with white, then Emperor's Children as well. For the leather, we'll highlight with Mornfang Brown mixed with Kislev Flesh. This is entirely optional as the leather honestly looks good as is. Next, we'll use Seraphim Sepia to differentiate the skulls and purity seals from the armor. With that, the models are done. And we can move on to the lovely weird bases. I wanted a jungly environment for them, so I decided last minute to glue on some plastic aquarium plant bits as well as whatever these bright green thingies are. Seriously, I have no idea what the hell these things are. When those are down and dried, we'll go over the aquatic bits with some primer. Then we'll make the base suitably muddy with black and Rhinox hide, as well as painting the stones and rocks with various greys we have on our palette. Now to add that final touch, we'll take the holy trinity of Citadel greens and paint some mossy stuff all over the place, as well as painting a couple of green spots here and there on the plant bits. And finally, paint that rim a nice, hasty black. And that's that. Hope you enjoyed, and a massive thank you to Mishmash for helping me with the previous video, and as well as a massive thank you to any and all new subscribers that have come along recently. Thanks to my previous video, my channel has tripled over the past week or so, which is insane, and I am honored for so many of you motherfuckers to be listening and watching. Yes, I know, 57, that's like a tiny number compared to everyone else, but I don't care. A couple of weeks ago, I only had 30 silly little goobers watching me. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and keep an eye out for any new stuff. I have a wacky little Christmas special on its way, as well as a bit of a fun little project. Kind of a diorama thing. But for now, I'm gonna hop off, get to working on my freaking licenses, and hope you guys paint some good damn models, and I'll see you in the next video, I suppose. See ya.